Day 3 of this challenge. Wow. I honestly didn't think I'd have had what it takes to keep going. To be day 3 of day 365. 362 days left. But I'm happy to be here. So good morning everybody, good morning to the listeners and the viewers to this show. Right? Thank you for staying with me for my third day of hearing me rambling in the car. I appreciate your undying and unwavering attention. I know I can be a bit boring sometimes, but welcome back. So my name is Dominic. Again, I am your host of this show. These are my car reflections, and more so, this is a challenge for me. So in this video, I'll be going over why I decided to do this, what this means to me, my goals for this, and why I decided to stay, or how I'm going to be staying dedicated to this challenge. I said don't have an intro, so insert intro right here. So, firstly, why this challenge? Like I mentioned in the previous video, I've always wanted to have a podcast. I've always wanted to have an internet series for reflection like this. Okay. And why did I jump on this idea was because I had seen a video. Sorry, not a video. I was listening to a podcast where someone mentioned that there was somebody else who took up this challenge and decided to see how their progress changed, right? How their video taking skills changed over the course of 1 year. Going from absolutely zero to going to, I guess, whatever it looks like in 1 year's time. Just the fact that you have 24 hours in between videos, right? 24 hours to make improvements. It puts a different amount of stress on your life. And for me, the cost of inaction really is no action at all. It's better you start and it look bad than you don't start at all. And this is something I really want to do, so that's why I decided to start. So I guess I could talk a little bit about my goals for this challenge. Alright. So one, again, like I previously said, I think I just needed a space for reflection. A space to talk freely, right? But also a space to step outside of my comfort zone. Because I didn't really think that I was always operating in a safe space, and this is a very unsafe space for me. I am literally putting myself out in front of the entire world. Yes, you are the entire world. I'm literally doing that, and that is kind of nerve-wracking to me, but I'm doing it anyway. So getting accustomed stepping outside of my comfort zone, getting accustomed speaking off of the top of my head, because this is something that I've always struggled with, right? I've always had to have a cue card, I guess I could call it a cue cards, or some sort of script in front of me. So this is the first time I'm doing this, being able to speak so freely, right? And it's a skill that I want to develop, so that's why I'm also doing this. This is also something that I'm using to build personal discipline for myself. Having a goal of making this podcast every day, just 10 minutes. And this doesn't really take much out of my day at all, because I'm doing this on my way to work. You know, this would have been time I would have spent doing something else. I'd have spent the time doing this anyway. So I might as well use this time constructively. Right? I mean, I'm probably going to be using it to be listening to a podcast when I'm going to go and do just when I finish with this video. But that is why I am doing it right now. And I mean, this is just going to be the first, hopefully, of many things, of many episodes that I do later on in life, or many podcasts that I do later on in life, because it's something I really, really want to do. So I hope you stay tuned for those things. What else? The habit of staying consistent. The habit of having to plan something so soon in 24 hours, getting different things to talk about. But I think this is a challenge. It's going to have a little bit of more variety in my life, right? And as things happen to me, as things I go through, there are things I'm going to be sharing with you, my listeners, and it's just a great journey. So I am opening up myself in this moment to be very vulnerable, and I'm asking in the comment section, feel free to drop your comments, feel free to drop your honest criticisms, right? I mean, I got for the last 2 videos I got a lot of Dominic, you need to get a mic, Dominic, you need to get a mic. So I'm working on the mic, right? Especially because I need to be a little bit more clear in what I'm saying in these videos. So next, I want to talk about my own personal goals, right? For this, not just the general goals of doing the channel, but my own personal goals for this, and what I want to achieve out of this. And I think last year was a year of transition for me. Just opening up to trying new things, and this is one of those new things that I'm willing to do. You know, I would think I was in a routine of doing a lot of things, right? A lot of habits that I still had as a child. There are habits that I'm now trying to break out of. Every day I ask myself the question. It's a very cliche question, but it's a very true question. How do you become 1% better at what you want to do, or your life's ambition every day? How do you do it? How do you attain that? And there's what's the word? To me, I could only describe it as, when I think about that question, and especially doing this and having to plan for this, when I think about that question, it's like a series of gears that start to turn up here for me. Every day, right? Whether it's going to work, because like as I mentioned in my previous episode, you know, I'm a doctor, I'm a young doctor, I'm working in neurology, I'm going to be like, I'm interested in a career in neurology. So every day I go to ask myself, how can I become 1% better every day? Sometimes I achieve it, sometimes I don't, right? Or in studying, because I'm studying for a big exam coming. How do I become a better student every day? And these are just the different tiers in my life, different spheres of my life that I make reference to every day. How do I become a little 1% better at those things? And likewise on this podcast, how am I becoming 1% better at being a podcaster every day in this car series? So stay tuned, stick around. I appreciate if you do. And let's just see where it goes. Right. My name is Dominic. Thank you for tuning into today's episode, day 3 of 365. See you tomorrow for day 4. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Insert outro right here.